it's now about, like we've said so many times this year, how do they respond? This is a pretty big game. Toronto's in that maybe third in the division, maybe wild card area that you might be competing with if you fall into that wild card
Saturday's
race.
game is much bigger.
Saturday's game now against a true division rival that is coming. The Devils have been better. They've been getting some saves lately. And also, they might be loading up. Like, I've heard Jacob Markstrom, maybe that's stalled, but they're still talking. I've heard Noah Hannafin as well, kind of a Dougie Hamilton replacement there. The Devils, they might not go for it, but they're in position where they can look at this East and go, who's great?
Yeah,
like,
that's a good point.
Are we afraid of the Bruins? I mean, they're good, but like, are they a juggernaut? No. Like, who is that team in the East? There really isn't one.
Yeah, it's Florida's
so
probably the closest.
Yeah, Florida's the closest, and they can be had.
Yeah,
like they're not one of those. I think they're going to win the East. Like, that's my bet, but they're not one of those. Oh,
no,
well,
they're not.
It's not like, well, LeBron's in the East, so everyone else, we ain't going to try.
and you know, how hockey goes.
Yeah.
Sometimes the best team loses in round
all
one,
the time,
and then suddenly it's wide open.
Shit happens all the time.
Exactly.
So I'm excited where this is going. It's good to see that they were able to rally at the end, and now just about the response. Come out and beat a Devils team that they're coming, but it's still, they're on the outside looking in. Maybe they're more desperate than the Flyers, but the Flyers have had the better season leading up to now. This is, I don't want to say it's not must win, but I want to see them tighten up the way we didn't, because is Jack Hughes, Austin Matthews? Not yet. Fucking good, though.
He's real good. It's not a must-win game, but what it is that if the Flyers do take 2 points out of this game, suddenly you've got some serious breathing room.
Yeah, and those games in hand, like, that the Devils and some other teams in the East have, you got to beat them in those games.
Yeah.
Like, that will be the difference if they start to close the gap. Like, yeah, they're going to have a few more opportunities, but when you go head-to-head, you get 2, they get none, suddenly the games in hand don't matter.
So MetLife's going to feel like a playoff game on Saturday night.
We all silly like the mayor.